Alright, so we started patching the hood. It's gonna be the best as we can. We gotta patched it right there. Gotta run them along here, right here, and attempt to do something along this side and up on this side over here. So we got our rainbow zip ties, because why not? That's how I am. We got a 1/4-inch drill bit. Probably could be a little bit smaller, but I'm not too worried about it. So start drilling some holes. Keep going with pink. Now what you do whenever you zip tying up stitching plastics or fiberglass like this, you always want to put the zip tie up through the bottom, so that way the square end of the zip tie isn't poking up on the outside of your fender or whatever you're trying to I got my shoe stuck. Whatever you're trying to stitch, if you want it to be strong, or at least more strong than what you if you want it to be stronger than you see this single one over here, you go crisscross. It gives it a little bit, makes it a little bit more sturdy, and can definitely gives it a lot more strength. Alright, well that's that. Stitched it over there. Stitched it right there. One up there. There. Alright, so we're going to dress these brakes. It looks like the cable wants to pull, but you can see if it'll focus. Come on. You can see down there where the pin is real corroded, so my guess is that those are seized into the aluminum or cast aluminum, because that's always where they lock up on a riding mower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this lever off, and then I'm going to take off the caliper and see if I can get them unlocked. And as I suspected, you can see how corroded that is right there. So we'll pull the caliper off itself and knock those pins out of there. See if we can get the brakes unfroze. Alright, well right now I'm fighting memory cards and battery right now on the camera. But after some lube and beating it back and forth, I took the chisel, broke them free going in, and I'd smack on the brake disc back here to push them back out to where they were, and I kept on doing that while spraying lube on it to the point where I was able to get the vice grips on them and wiggle and pull at the same time and get them to pop out. But you can definitely see the corrosion on them, so we're going to sand them up and make sure they go in there free, and then we'll put it back together. And what we'll just do is we'll spin them around and sand them all the way around. Alright, now that they slide freely back and forth in there, we're going to put some Tin Man juice on them. Keep them from doing that again. Get some more of that good stuff on there. Shove that one in. Alright, then that goes on there. I'm gonna try and get it back together without the other brake puck falling out, which I think it already is. Well, all I did was put a piece of masking tape around it, and once you actually get going and engage the brakes, it'll tear that right out from in between there, and I can peel it back off the outside of the caliper. It's cold. Alright, so also yesterday, before I test these brakes, I welded up a new rod end onto the tie rod. I didn't get that on film, but got the brakes all back together, and works now. But I'm gonna start it up for you. I got the back up on a jack stand, so it tracks off the ground, and I'll make sure it works. But I was gonna go and get a new sprocket for this, because I don't know, I can't remember if I said this or not, but I used a sprocket out of a lawnmower transmission, this one right here, and I just welded it to this 1-inch ID hub. It was just a piece of engine pulley off of a riding mower, because this is a 1-inch shaft. I was gonna get a new one, a new sprocket, but they only had a 16 tooth or a 22 tooth sprocket. Now with a 16 tooth, it would have went 33 miles an hour top speed, and a 22, it would have went 25 miles per hour top speed. This is a 17 tooth, and it will do 20. Alright, so I have this junk choke cable here. As you can see, it's broken on the plastic right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the cable. Alright, make sure you don't fray the ends. If you ever cut these multi-cord braided throttle and brake cables, make sure it's not frayed on the end there before you pull the cable through. I'm going to pull the cable, separate them, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this end right here, and some of them unscrew, but doesn't look like this one's gonna. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it back here, and I'm going to thread my cable back through. Now you got cable protruding from both ends, so we'll turn that into our throttle cable.